Have you ever been in a casino, walked by the craps table, thought, I want to play, but not know how? Have no fear, DJN is here. I'm going to explain to you in this series every single bet on the craps table, and you'll know what you're doing. Welcome back to our tutorial on how to play the game of craps and understanding all of the bets on the table. Today we're going to talk about the field bet and the place bets. First, let's talk about the field bet. One of the simplest bets on the table. It is also a self-service bet, meaning that you place the bet for yourself. A lot of people like the field because they think it's an easy bet for one, and two, they think you have about a 50-50 shot of winning. You think you do, but you don't. You actually have a 44% chance of winning this bet. All right. The house edge on this bet is 5.5%, and it's a single roll bet. So, how does this bet work? Well, wherever you're standing at the table, right, all the way around, wherever you're standing, you take your money and you can put anything higher than or equal to the table minimum. So let's say the table minimum is $10. Put $10 in the field and you put it directly in front of where you're standing. So if I'm standing at stick right 1, I would put the bet right there. Okay. If I'm standing on the other end of the table over here, I would just put the bet in front. Now, before we get into how you win this bet, do be mindful that if the shooter's throwing the dice and landing them in this general area, maybe move the bet a little bit. All right. So maybe if you're here, and they're landing them here, maybe move it back just a little bit. All right. Give the shooter some courtesy when you're doing that. Okay. So how do you win this bet? Well, it's a one roll bet. So any number you see here in the field will pay you. A 2, a 3, a 4, a 9, a 10, 11, and a 12. You would win 1-to-1 on this bet, with the exception of the 2 and the 12. Okay, so 3, 4, 9, 10, 11 roll, you get paid 1-to-1 for your bet. Once you are done with this bet, you can take it down. If you leave it there in the middle, the dealer may remind you, like, are you parlaying it? Are you keeping it there? Do you want to keep it? But if you keep that there, it will be assumed that you're betting that again on the next roll. So 1-to-1 on the 3, 4, 9, 10, and 11. The 2 and the 12 are a special case scenario. There's less combinations to roll them. So if you have your field bet and you roll a 2, it'll actually pay you double. So you'll get 2 times your bet. So if you have $10, you'll win 20. Same thing on the 12 on my table. Now, the 12 is a special case in some casinos, depending on the casino. Sometimes it pays triple. All right, so what that would look like is you get 3 times your bet if the 12 is rolled. Many casinos don't have the triple, but there are some that still do. So if you have a casino that pays triple, it actually makes the field a better bet overall. So again, to review, single roll bet. So one roll of the dice, that's what you're betting on. All right. 3, 4, 9, 10, 11 are rolled, you get 1-to-1. If a 2 is rolled, you'll get double. And in some casinos, the 12, you'll get double. And in other casinos, you'll get triple for the double. Quick, for instance, let's say we put $10 in the field. We roll up, perfect. I mean, look at me. You would think I do this or something. There's a 12. All right, so that's going to pay me double in my casino, right? At my table, it pays double. If you have the triple payout, fantastic. You just won 3 times your bet. Hopefully that helps you understand how to play the field in the game of craps. Additionally, with the field, we talked about the winning conditions, but we're going to talk also about the losing conditions. So any number rolled in here, you win. What that means is any number that's not listed here, you would lose. So the 5, the 6, the 7, and the 8, you would lose this field bet. So if you have money there and you want to roll and it's a 6, what the dealer would do is take this bet down, you would lose it, and you'd have to place it again if you wanted to be back in the field. So you win on a 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. You lose on a 5, 6, 7, or 8. Right, we talked about the field. Now let's talk about the place bets or the box numbers. That's the 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Now, when you bet these numbers, you hand the money to the dealer, right? So what you do is you would take your money and you would put it in the com basically, and you'd say, I would like to place the 4, or I would like to place the 5. Or if you're placing multiple numbers, right? Let's say you have $30. Say, I would like to place the 4, 5, and 9 for $10 each, and the dealer will set you up, right? You don't set yourself up. The dealer would set you up on those bets. Now, with these bets, you can play them when the puck is off. You would say you're working your bets. Personally, I'm not a fan of working my bets. I like to let the 7 breathe. But when the puck is on, that's when you can also place these bets. When the puck is on, these bets are automatically working unless you tell the dealer to turn you off. And what they'll do is the dealer will put a little off button on your position knowing that you are off. When the puck is off, these bets are assumed to be off unless you tell the dealer you are working. Now, you'll see at casinos, you'll see multiple bets on the same number. What that is each player at the table has a specific position around the box so the dealer knows whose bet is whose. So that's why you place the money in the middle and you say, I would like X, Y, and Z placed. Then the dealer will place those bets for you and they will pay you out accordingly. All right, so let's talk about all of the box numbers, how you win, how you lose. Well, the losing conditions are pretty easy. Any of those bets will lose if a 7 is rolled unless the puck is off. That's why I like to let the 7 breathe. When the puck is off, your place bets are assumed to be off. They're not working. The 7 can come, you're fine. Once the 7 comes when the puck is on, you will lose those place bets. For the place bets, the payout depends on the number, all right? And that's due to a couple different things. So from a house edge perspective, the house edge on the 4 and 10 is 6.67%. The house edge on the 5 and 9 is 4%. And the house edge on the 6 and 8 is 1.52%. Now, the higher the house edge, the better the payout. The reason the house edge is a little bit higher is there's less ways to roll the number. All right, so for the 4, okay, the payout is 5 to 9. So $5 will pay you $9 when you get to a certain point. We're going to talk about buy bets in a future video, but you can buy the 4 and 10. Don't worry about that right now. Let's just talk about the 5 to 9 payout. Now, for the 4, there's 3 ways to roll a 4. The 3-1, the 1-3, and the 2-2. So 3 ways to roll it. That's why the payout is slightly better. So if you have, say, you ask the dealer, can you place the 4 for $10? And let's say a 4 is rolled, you'll win $18. Okay? 5 pays 9 on the 4. We're going to move over to the other end of the box to the 10. Okay? Because it's the exact same thing as the 4. You'll hear people refer to the 4 and 10 as sisters because they have the same exact payouts. They have the same exact conditions to win mostly. All right. Obviously, when a 4 is rolled, you don't win on the 10, but there's 3 ways to roll a 10 as well. So you'll hear sisters. Sisters are 4 and 10, 5 and 9, and the 6 and 8. So 4 and 10 are sisters, 5 and 9 are sisters, 6 and 8 are sisters. So for the 10, it's the same exact thing as the 4. The payout is 5 to 9, and you can buy it at a later point, but there's 3 ways to roll a 10. A 6-4, a 4-6, or a 5-5. So that's the 4 and 10. Quick summary, 3 ways to roll each one. All right. The payout is 5 to 9. There you go for the 4 and 10. Now we're going to move over to the 5 and the 9. All right. The 5 and 9 are also sisters. The 5 and 9 have 4 ways each to roll. All right. So for the 5, you can roll it as a 4-1, a 1-4, a 2-3, or a 3-2. So 4 total ways to roll a 5. Since there's more ways to roll it, the payout drops slightly. So the payout on the 5 and 9 is 5 pays 7. So if you ask the dealer, place the 5 for $10, instead of the 8 or the 4 paying you 18, the 5 would pay you $14. All right. So 5 pays 7, $14 for a $10 bet on the 5. The 9 is the same way. All right. Because they're sisters, there's 4 ways to roll a 9: a 6-3, a 3-6, a 5-4, and a 4-5. Payout wise, it's exactly the same. $10 would pay you 14. 5 pays 7. All right. Now we're going to move over to the 6 and the 8. The 6 and the 8 are a little bit different. Again, there's more ways to roll them, so the payout drops a little bit. For the 6 and the 8, there's 5 ways to roll a 6, and there's 5 ways to roll an 8. For the 6, you have the 5-1, the 1-5, the 4-2, the 2-4, and the 3-3. All right, so there's 5 ways to roll it. On the 6 and the 8, you have to go in increments of $6 as your bet. So you would ask the dealer to place the 6 for $12. Okay? That's going to pay you $14 because 6 pays 7 on the 6 and the 8. The 8 is the same thing. There's 5 ways to roll it: a 3-5, a 5-3, a 6-2, a 2-6, and a 4-4. All right, so 5 ways to roll the 6 and the 8. Remember, you got to keep the 6 and the 8 $6 increments. So hopefully that helps you understand the place bets. To review the place bets, right? When the puck is on, any bet you have up here is assumed to be on and working unless you tell the dealer to turn you off. When the puck is off, those bets are automatically off unless you say you want to be working. To win these bets, you have to roll that number and you'll get paid. If you roll a 7, you will lose. So if you roll and you have a place bet on the 4, you will get paid on your 4. The 4 and 10 will pay 5 to 9. The 6 and the 8 will pay 6 to 7, and the 5 and 9 will pay 5 to 7. So for the 4, 5, 9, and 10, even increments of 5 on the bet. So you can go $5, you can go 10, 15, 20, 25, so on and so forth. For the 6 and the 8, $6 increments: 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, so on and so forth. So to remember, if you place a number, you roll that number, you win. You roll a 7, you lose. Remember, these bets are not self-service. You do not place those bets yourself. You put the money in the middle of the table, like so, and say, "Dealer, please place the 5. The dealer on the other end of the table will take the bet, put it at your position, and now if you roll a 5, you will get paid. So 4 and 10, 5 pays 9, 5 and 9, 5 pays 7, 6 and 8, 6 pays 7. Hopefully this helps explain the place bets. The box numbers, you'll hear them referred to different things, but place bets, box numbers, there you go. Hopefully that makes sense. Hope you guys enjoyed the video on field bets and place bets. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments down below. Stay tuned for future videos where we're going to talk about the other bets on the craps table. If you missed the previous video, I'll put a card to it up above and I'll link it down below where I go over the pass line, the don't pass, the come, the don't come, and how to place odds on those bets. Hopefully by the end of this series, you'll know what all the bets are at the craps table, making you a better craps player. Don't forget, you all have a little DJ in you, and I will see you all very, very soon. Peace.